If you've come to fight, then fight!
Feeling nervous?
If you've come to fight, then fight!
Getting cold feet?
Round one. Fight!
What the?
Now observe. Here, here, go. Do it, baby. Move. Now observe. Here. I must refuse. Go. 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 Here, here.
Be gone!
Round two. Fight! Go! If you'll allow it. Now observe. Do it, me. Now observe. Do enjoy this. Now observe. Final round. Fight! If you'll allow it. Go. Step aside. Away. Here. Now observe. Do it here. Excuse me.
Now you know history.
You won't escape. Care to hear how this ends? In ruin. Now observe.
There, I have you! Stand still! Forward!
Marisa. Round 1. Fight.
Move. Now observe. Don't excuse me.
I have you!
To the road.
Stand still! I have you! Stand still!
Well. Break through. You bastard!
Yeah!
Round 2. Fight.
Away. Go. Away. Disgraceful. You'll excuse me. Go. Well. Away. I present you. Let you learn. And learn well.
Final round. Fight.
Go.
Where are you going? Sweet dreams!
If you'll allow it. Observe. Here. Do it. Now observe. Go. Step aside. Go. Away.
Marisa wins.
Sing! Where you going? Where you going? Stand still! Where you going?
Here comes a new challenger. Round 1. Fight.
No, you don't! First time!
This!
Not bad.
Round 2. Fight!
Where you going?
Final round. Fight!
Where you going?
Marisa wins! Round 1. Fight!
Game over, yo.
Round 2. Fight!
Where you going? Stand still. Gladius! Got you! Where you going? First time! You're done!
Luke wins! Round 1. Fight!
Where you going? First time!
I'm too good.
Round 2. Fight!
Where you going? That was a beautiful fight.
Final round. Fight!
Got you! You can't! Where you going? Okay! Stand still!
Time to go to work. Whoops.
Marisa wins!
Where you going?
challenger.
Gotta do.
Round one. Fight. Round two. Fight.
Where are you going? Sweet dreams!
Let's get it.
Marisa wins. Round one. Fight.
My aunt.
Round two. Fight.
Let's get it. Try
That's all. Off you go! I have you! You hit! You stand still! Take my life! Take all of it! Convince me.
Marisa wins. Here comes a new challenger. Round one. Fight.
Gladius! Forward! Wonderful! Stand still! Got you! I have you!
Round two. Fight.
Too slow.
Where are you going? Sweet dreams!
Here. Prepare.
Final round. Fight.
Now you know history.
Is that all? Miserable flea. Remind the weight. Your time ends here.
M. Bison wins. Round one. Fight.
Saw that! Up you go! Stand still! You... Here! I have you! There! Stand... Where are you going? Sweet dreams! You... Yeah, I have you! You can... A mouth...
Round two. Fight.
Stand still! I have you! That's all! Up you go! Stand still! Here! Forward!
Marisa wins.
You! There! 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 Stand still! Yeah! You! I have you! Yes, no!
Oh, what? Why was my microphone set to something else? Can you hear me now? Yami Taro. Okay, I'll check it out later. Let me hit 1800, then we will take a look at some of your replays.
If you've come to fight, then fight!
Yeah, so what do you think your heart's stuck at? I mean, Marisa is kind of low tier, so I mean everything just doesn't work for her, right? Like, what characters do you hate the most, and what characters are you okay with fighting?
Let's get this mission started.
Round 1. Fight.
Okay, nice. Okay. Marisa and mine. Alright, maybe we'll take a look at that.
Fight.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh, I'm not getting the perfect parries. Like, every time I try the perfect parry, I'm getting hit, and if I try to press it earlier, it's just not coming out.
Where are you going?
Struggling to remove your autopilot, yeah, I get that too. The worst one is when I do forward heavy kick into Gladius for a space trap and do a heavy kick in the corner, and they always jump at me. Like this one, yeah, they always jump at me after that. Like, how is he so inconsistent in... No, I mean, he just jumps at me in general, right? Jump. Oh, such a drop. Oh, I'm so lucky, so lucky. What a drop.
Marisa wins. Round 1. Fight.
Delay. Round start overhead is so ratchet. You're gonna jump right. Finally, I baited a flash kick. Finally. Yeah, I was very lucky, right? The one where I won after the drop.
Round 2. Fight.
Yeah, standard Gao gameplay, fireball, drive rush, throw. You saw me getting hit like 5 times by the booms. It was me trying to buffer this. I was just trying to buffer the super, but it kept not coming out. That's why I keep getting hit by the booms. Yeah. So yeah, 1800. So let's check out your gameplay. Yami Haro. You play a lot of Battle Hub. Do you not play rank? Hey, thanks man. Thanks for the congratulations. Dalsim, you seem to be okay with Dalsim. Oh, I've fought this guy before. Marisa versus Marisa. The guard. See. You're okay. You said you're okay with Shotos. Seems that way. Yeah, you seem to have pretty good win rate against Shoto. Let's see Elena. You beat Jamie. Some 1500 more than Jamie. Kisaragi. Oh yeah. I mean, a lot of times ranked is you won't learn how to beat pros, but you learn how to beat gimmicks. For me, I really want to. Let's say I join a tournament. I want to progress out of pools, so I need to train myself to beat gimmicks. So that's why I play ranked. Let's see. Surprisingly, there's no mice. Right? No mice, no bisons. Yeah. You know the funny thing about SEA is that we don't play the top tiers. SEA always just plays what they feel like playing. They don't just choose characters based on top tiers. You've been watching relays, but you don't know where to start. Yeah, I mean there's no good. I guess Midori is interesting to watch. He does a lot of random stuff, but it's cool. It's quite creative. You could also watch Goldbanks, and that's it. I mean, sometimes 801 Strider comes back and plays a bit of Marisa, but you can watch that. I think I learned a lot from 801 Strider. A lot of things I learned is when he was still maining Marisa. I think he's a solid player. I mean, Big Bird dropped Marisa so long ago, so there's nothing to watch from him. Okay, where did the replays go to?
shot.
Round 1.
But it's always good to get a second opinion on your gameplay. Okay. I like that you're kind of patient, waiting for Blanca to make a mistake. Alright. Just Blanca stuff. Get strong and wake up. Were you trying to backdash? Okay, so for me, what I like to do for Blanca in neutral is I like to see if he uses Blanca ball a lot, and if he uses Blanca ball a lot, I just aim my whole focus is just on perfect parrying the Blanca ball. So let's say I'm at this distance against Blanca, all I want to do is perfect parry Blanca, his Blanca ball. So there's a bit of mind games going on because Blanca can do the short version where he does the ball, but he just lands in front of you and then he throws you out of your parry attempt. So what I'll do is I'll show that I'm trying to perfect parry him once or twice. Then I know in the Blanca's mind he is definitely going to try and feint the Blanca ball and then throw me. So I'm going to stop trying to perfect parry his Blanca ball, and he's going to do that, and then I'm going to punish him with either a down jab, or if I am really fast, I can do MP. Right? Like that. I would have been really focused on just perfect parrying this. And then if I fail, I'll just walk towards him. I won't really drive rush at him because Blanca can... First, he can check a drive rush. Second, he's got a whole bunch of other shenanigans he could be randomly pressing, which should just randomly beat the drive rush. Yeah. Yes, your attempt to do that, correct? Yeah, see, he was trying to fake you out into with the parry attempt. So what you could have done is, if you weren't moving so far back, you could have actually punished him for trying to do that. Right. Yeah. Like if you were just focused on the ball. Right. So that's what I like to do against Blanca, if the distance is quite far. But you opted to do a jump. Okay, this is just this is just Blanca shenanigans. But yeah, I would have tried to stop panicking. Maybe I would have wake up jab. Like, what does wake up jab beat, right? Is this supposed to be is this a delayed jab? I'm not sure. Was it a delayed jab? No, it was 2 frames slightly delayed jab, right? Yeah, I mean, he was far enough. Wake up OD Gladius. He was too far for a throw, right? Right, yeah, he's in burnout and he's too far for a throw. Let's see what's the frame advantage here. Yeah, he's too far for a throw. And he doesn't do a well. His meaty was so badly timed. Yeah. Yeah. It's a delayed jab, but you have to be a bit more thoughtful about what the delayed jab is supposed to beat. Delayed jab is more for you're trying to beat a shimmy attempt, but he didn't even reach you yet, so I don't think he was going to go for a shimmy. So yeah, you could have either just blocked it. Marisa's options though, so terrible. Like people can just do a block string and then run away, do a block string and run away. Yeah, but I guess be a bit patient. That's also an option. Do you know that it gives you a safe jump? Did you know that if you use your Scutum armor to block a Blanca ball, you get an automatic safe jump? Like this. This is a safe jump. Yeah, I'm waiting for buffs too. And if they, but I'm also gonna try and learn Alex because I'm done. After 2.5 years of just waiting for buffs, I'm no longer going to put all my eggs in one basket. It's like the copium of, oh, they're going to buff Marisa next patch, they're going to buff Marisa next patch. No, I'm done waiting. I'm going to learn 2 characters and yeah, you got a better shot of being satisfied. Because I doubt whatever buff they're going to give Marisa in the next season, I doubt it's going to be enough. I think Alex is still going to be better than Marisa even after they buff her, if they buff her. Oh, block. Right? Does it matter? You win in the end? Give Marisa teleport. Yeah.
Round 2. Fight.
No, what I don't get is why does Jamie and Blanca and Honda get a super fast neutral skip, right? They got palm, they got headbutt, they got Blanca ball. Marisa gets a stupid step kick, which is so negative on block. They should make Marisa's step kick a missile, right? Where she just flies at you with a kick. Like she's Kamen Rider, right? Giving you a fucking rider kick. And same with the Fei Lang, she should just fly at you. Because that's literally what all the other characters do, they literally fly at you. Yeah. Quadriga should, if it's not negative, it should have pushback and it should be as annoying as Bison's scissor kick. Yeah, like Quadriga it should be made into her version of Bison's scissor kick. Yeah. What I realize a lot of times, it seems that you're playing quite. Do you play a lot of footsies focus? I think what I get a sense of is that you're probably a footsies player, which is good, right? Which you need to as a Marisa player. Maybe what you need to work on is reactions to gimmicks. I realized that's what I struggled with at this rank as well, around 1700, is there were just so many gimmicks of people flying across the screen at like, I don't know, 100 miles per hour, and you just had to deal with it, otherwise you're gonna have a hard time, and you're just forced to deal with it a bit in a more difficult manner, is because Marisa doesn't have a lot of defensive or offensive options which stop it. Like other characters, they can just, I'll just DP, right? Or I'll just press some broken button. But Marisa doesn't have options like that. Yeah. Right? I mean, if you're Ryu, here you're just like, I'm just gonna wake up DP. Right? Or right, instead of jump back jab, Ryu would have done a light DP there and have gotten Oki. Instead, you are left here, reset in neutral, and this guy is jumping at you. So I think a lot of it is maybe training reactions. right? As I said, also knowing the matchup, that's like I told you, the strategy I developed against Blanca is trying to visually identify, is he going for a Blanca ball or Blanca ball feint, and then punishing him there. Then once that is out of his arsenal, then you can start walking towards him and playing footsies against him. Right, he's just catching you with frame traps here. Maybe another thing is just, I struggle with this. I also like to press a lot, but maybe just... Oh shit, your control scheme is different, is it? Yeah, just... Yeah, just blocking things out a bit more, being more patient. Nice jump up. Was that on reaction or a read?
Now you know history. Stand still.
Yeah, I think what I realized is the higher I go in the ranks, when people rush me down, they shimmy me a lot more, and it's messing with me just having this habit of throw tacking every time, delayed throw tacking. So what I realized is, yeah, delayed jab is much better when they're rushing you down. Trying to either perfect parry or jump back is also good options. Like things which are slightly more, mix it out a bit. Like firstly, I recommend blocking things out all the way throughout the entire string a bit more. Then on top of that, jumping backwards after a block string, right? So that avoid tick throws and avoid a few other options. Then also your delayed jab, and reprioritizing this to be above throw tag. That's what I did for myself, but you will have to find what you are overcommitting to. For me, I was overcommitting to a delayed throw tag, which was getting me killed. Alright, nice entire. Nice, nice guarantee.
Marisa wins.
Yeah, so I haven't done this for every character, but I have gotten certain strategies down for certain characters. Like say for Blanca, it was what I mentioned. Shut down his Blanca ball strategy by perfect parrying it, and then punishing him for doing the Blanca ball thing. Then once he is hesitant of using that, you are able to walk in and close the gap, and then maybe drive rush cancel against him. Bison is annoying because he never... You said Bison was one of your harder matchups. I find him annoying too because he never really plays in a proper footsies range. He's just, oh, I'm gonna scissor kick at such a far distance. Oh, then the scissor kick is its own spacing trap, so you're not supposed to press against his scissor kick. You're not supposed to try and take back a turn after his scissor kick. If not, you get punished by the spacing trap. So then he just backs up again, and then he does his scissor kick again. Then what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to just try to bait a scissor kick with a preemptive drive impact, but that's bad, right? Let's say he doesn't do the scissor kick at that timing, you just will eat a counter drive impact. Then what can you do? You can neutral jump to bait the scissor kick, but then that's also annoying. So yeah, I get Bison's a really annoying matchup because, and his movement speed, he gets to shimmy you very easily. So I don't have a real answer to how you're supposed to win the Bison matchup. You're just going to have to outplay Bison at footsies. You have to find a way to outplay Bison by about a factor of 2, right? You have to be the better player, be able to get within footsies range. So you have to somehow dissuade him from just defaulting to scissor kick. You get in front of his face and somehow kick him with the forward HK. And if you notice that he's not willing to let you get in that range, then there is some options to get him to whiff, because you have to see what button he's pressing to stop you from entering his range. Is he going to press scissor kick? Is he going to press 2 MK drive rush cancel to stop you from getting in? Is he going to press HP? So just you have to notice his habits, what is he pressing at what range, and then counter it very specifically. If he presses scissor kick at a very specific range, you walk to right before that range, then you neutral jump, or you walk to right before that range and you drive impact. That's for Bison, right? And then if he presses HP, you just walk to that range and get ready to perfect parry the HP. And if he does 2 MK a lot, you walk just within that range, then you back out a bit and you whiff punish him with HP, right? He whiffs his 2 MK and then you whiff punish with the heavy punch. I think that's generally what to do against Bison. And in between is just blocking a lot of scissor kicks every now and then. And he will also try to use, I've noticed that low rank Bisons, they get very impatient if you are playing very like the way I mentioned, because you're quite defensive, you're a wall, he can't get in. They get very impatient. They try to drive rush at you, and every time they drive rush at you, that's your opportunity for free damage, because you can check their drive rush with MP and get free damage. Like, I don't like some people, they say, oh, you know, if it's too fast, you should perfect parry a drive rush. I would be very stubborn. I would rather just get hit by a drive rush than not try and check it. I hate giving away plus frames for free. I hate that some characters get ultra fast drive rush, and because of that stubbornness, I always try to check drive rush. Does that make sense? Are you still there?
Where are you going? Sweet dreams.
So,
Got you! You, right?
yeah, this I think this is a panic. Oh, nice, you're a note taker. Yeah, I think that's the best way to learn, is to take notes. I already prepared a spreadsheet for Alex when he comes in. Yeah, here, just be wary of burning out. You don't really want to burn out as Marisa. So do you know that so MP is, a lot of times you like to make it safe by drive DLC, because you press MP, you wanted to make it safe, right? But if he's already in burnout, technically you are quite safe. For example, if I switch to Blanca and do a super, you can actually block it. But I don't know whether you can actually block that, but I don't know how to set the dummy to block it. But yeah, you could have just done oh, so the Blanca was actually buffering a super. But yeah, you didn't need to make it safe, because but Blanca also made it safe by having the doll there, right? Yeah. So a lot of times I like to bait, especially low rank players like 1600, 1500. They don't know that MP on burnout is actually safe against a lot of supers, unless it's Ken. I think Ken has a pretty fast super, then it's not safe. But it's safe against the majority of supers out there. So I like to bait supers using MP on block. I'll just do MP against a burnout opponent and just see whether he presses a super. You would be surprised. You give it a try, it's about 70% of them will press a super. Those who know that MP is unsafe. Yeah, it's just Blanca shenanigans. Just get ready to... I find crouch jab just to stop random movements is very good. Like for Blanca specifically. Yeah, this distance just jab once. Yeah, you're not likely to connect the second jab. I think an option there is to DLC the jab. I also need to do this more, but like when you DLC the jab, I think gives you a lot of people are not expecting this from Marisa, and I think it gives you a lot of openings to get in. Why is she standing? Yeah. And you get a throw. I need to do this more as well. So I'm making a mental note to myself. Especially when you have full meter. I see your success rate of perfect parrying the Blanca ball is pretty low. Like you need to work on that. So go set up a Blanca, train like this, right? Also, when you see that their drive gauge is 1.5 like that, I have a specific string I like to go for on Oki is forward heavy kick, drive rush cancel, back heavy punch into Gladius. That's a true block string and it would take off exactly 1.5 drive gauge like that. But this one he wake up with buttons, so... But what I like to do on wake up is that, right, if I see he's got 1.5 drive gauge, I like to hit heavy kick, DRC, back heavy punch, and then Gladius, and it will burn him out. Yeah, again, you were trying to jump to get in, but as long as you were comfortable, like, for me, how I look at it is, every time someone does a neutral skip consistently, that's free damage for me. Because it's predictable, and all I have to do is just wait for it. So this Blanca, his rate of Blanca ball is quite high. Like, he will do like one or two random moves, and then he's gonna Blanca ball. Then he retreats and he does 1 or 2 random moves, then he's gonna Blanca ball. He's quite consistent that 30% of the time he's going to do Blanca ball. So you just wait for it and you get free damage. That's how I look at people trying to neutral skip. At least neutral skipping with abilities that are reactable, such as Blanca ball. Right? See that he Blanca ball again. That's free damage. There, free damage. So you didn't, as yeah, this is matchup knowledge. You were so uncomfortable with him doing Blanca Ball, doing random shenanigans. You did not see this as an opportunity of getting damage, free damage. He did Blanca Ball 3-4 times. You did not try the perfect parry even once, and that's a wasted opportunity because each time he did Blanca Ball was free damage he was giving to you. It was a good thing that to you, you are happy to see a Blanca just Blanca balling across the screen because that is free damage. Yeah, so reframe your mindset. Blanca doing Blanca ball, good. I want to see more of that. What you should be afraid is a Blanca who is like Mena RD, who only does it sometimes, but majority of the time he's not even doing that. He's doing the real scary things about Blanca, which is playing footsies with Blanca with his very long limbs. That's even harder to deal with. Right? Like this guy compared to a pro Blanca, you really want him to play like this because yeah, he's flying across the screen, free damage. But Mena RD will walk towards your face and he'll punch you with long limbs to annoy you from outside Marisa's range. And then you get so annoyed, you try to attack him, he'll whiff punish you. That's the even harder Blanca to deal with. Done with Blanca, so let's move on.
Round 1.
Yeah, if you haven't already, drop me a follow, Yamitaro on Twitch. It will help me tremendously. Right now, I can't even receive bits because I don't have enough followers. Thanks, mate. Really appreciate it. Right, yeah, I like the patience against Elena. Alright. Okay. Let's go back a bit. I noticed you were trying to whiff punish with what happens? Yeah, you drop that. Yeah, I wouldn't really try to whiff punish a lot of times with 2 MP unless she's using her low her low kicks, because her hitbox is so hard to hit and her buttons can reach from so far away. I'd rather use heavy kick or heavy punch to whiff punish her. It's so hard to reach her, right? Like that one maybe he can, but see, it's so hard even if I knew it was coming. Her hurt box is so specific. Yeah, I'd rather just heavy punch. It seems to work better than... See, it's so hard to 2 MP. Even you have to be right in front of her. Heavy punch was better. Heavy kick is too slow, so heavy punch is just right. So I guess mentally, unless you are with punishing ultra fast with your 2 MP, I would rather just heavy punch. Also, I didn't get to see what your B&B string you're using, but this is what I like to use to set up a straight jump. Yeah, see? I think that heavy punch would have been... Elena is a lot of this going on because it's a lot of footsie. It's a footsies game. So if you like playing footsies, it's the game for you. You know what I find weird is when you drive rush 2 MP against Elena and you try to throw her, it's so hard to throw her. Like there's something weird about her hurt box. So she takes random risks. Yeah, I hate that kick. That kick attacks you from so far away. Yeah, this is just a tough spot to be in. No drive.
Ah, thanks. Nice fight.
Round 2. Fight.
Doing great job blocking her overheads and her Oki. Yeah. Nice try on baiting her, but she didn't fall for it. Yeah, most arena players are very good at footsies. I think the first time you failed you tried to bait her into walking into range of the light gladius, but actually you were using heavy gladius, correct? But I think she didn't fall for it the first time, so you shouldn't have tried it a second time. I think what you should have tried a second time is to use a charged light gladius at a further range and see if she responds, and then drive rush at her to punish her. Where was it that you were punished? Where was it, this part? Yeah. Yeah, maybe bait it out. Like you're already anticipating that she's gonna try and whiff punish it. Because you saw her try and whiff punish it the last time. Wait, why is my character back touching? But why is the dummy? Like just mess with the timing. Like this is the mind games aspect, right? You know that she knows that she's able to counter some of your moves, so you're trying to find a way to abuse that reaction. Okay. I think another thing I noticed about this match is you were failing a lot of whiff punish moments. So maybe it's diverting your mental stack towards fully committing to whiff punishing. So I don't know if you know this trick is of diverting your focus in game. So we as players have very limited, I call it RAM, right? And you need to be able, we can only focus on one or two things at once, but by focusing on those one or two things specifically, you increase your success rate and reaction time dramatically. So let's say you failed to whiff punish a few times, you should have told yourself, I am focusing 100% of my mental stack to punishing his whiffs. And that way you would increase your reaction time dramatically and most likely succeed more. And so that means you're removing mental stack from anti-airing. So if he tried to jump in at you, you most likely will get hit or will have to block it or perfect parry it. Most likely you would not have the mental capacity to anti-air, but that is a sacrifice you mentally make to say, I am committing 100% to punishing whiff, and maybe you could say 80% of my mind is punishing a whiff, 20% is to check an anti-air, like then half and half, but never more than two things at once if you're trying to intentionally focus your mind. So what I do sometimes in neutral is you will see me, I'm talking to myself. Sometimes it seems like I'm talking to the stream, but actually I'm not. I'm talking to myself. I'm saying jump. I'm saying he's gonna drive rush. It's me trying to anticipate what he's gonna do, and I'm telling my mind to focus on that thing very specifically, which is a drive rush and a jump. And in this case, you could tell yourself he's gonna whiff, and then just focus on that. Yeah, this match, I think you just lost the footsies. You weren't able to whiff punish, so work on that. Because he was whiffing a lot of moves in your face, so you did that. It was winnable. Okay. Nice. Good. There's something weird there. Maybe it's just a minor mistake, but attempting to land slightly in front a bit, like when after the drive rush, so that you're in range to punish him for that parry. It's hard to control the momentum on Marisa after a drive rush, but just a minor, this is a minor thing. Yeah, see, it's also hard for me to get, but it makes a break a bit of difference. Right. I think it's also important because I find that at that distance, when you drive rush at people with good matchup knowledge know that it's actually a good situation to drive impact Marisa, because it's too far to meaty. Marisa is too far away to meaty a character unless she drive rush and heavy punch. That's her furthest reaching meaty strike. So, and that loses to drive impact on wake up. So a lot of good players who know the matchup, if you are drive rushing at them at a specific distance, they would wake up drive impact, and your counter to that is just not press anything and wait for the drive impact and counter DI. So just telling you that, even though that's not what's happening here, it's just bear in mind at this distance, it's very likely someone will wake up DI. Yeah. So again, yeah, I think you need to pay more attention to whiffs. And punishing accordingly. Does he have an extended hurt box below his feet? I think, yeah, and that's a good option as well. Gives you more time to react. I have to check the hurt box data, but it looks like there is quite a sizable hurt box below his feet. Let's see how far back it goes. Okay, use a light kick. It's decent. It's not the biggest hurt box. It's not a Marisa hurt box, but yeah. If you're at this distance, you can use this instead. Because this is a bit too slow. I guess for heavy punch can work. Yeah, this requires you to be a bit faster. Yeah. Yeah, you just waste it. And so here you went for the heavy punch target combo. So I want you to, I don't know whether you're doing this, every time I use a heavy punch target combo and they jab me like that, then it shows that they have matchup knowledge. It shows that they know they can interrupt heavy punch with a jab. But this is not reactions, right? This is them preemptively jabbing any option out of heavy punch, which gives you a chance to exploit it in the future. So what I'll do is I'll make a mental note. He always jabs out of after I press heavy punch, so I'm gonna counter it. I'm going to purposely again walk up to his face and heavy punch him, but this time with the intention of either perfect parrying or scutum. Right. I'll need to go back further. Oh, you already dialed in. I need to go back further. Okay. Like that. If you already made a mental note that this guy 100% of the time tries to jab you out of your HP target combo, you can abuse that fact. So you make a habit of making mental notes of times when you were countered, why you were countered, and what's the counterplay to that counter. So in this scenario, you can turn a negative, which is you got countered here, to a positive by knowing the next time I do this, I'm gonna get damage off of him. Yeah, stand HP is the lazy version of this. Right, this one is guaranteed. If I perfect parry, I get free damage. Scutum is I get the initial scutum damage, but I use one extra drive gauge, and also there's no guarantee my follow up from scutum is gonna hit. That's the lazy version. The ideal version is what I showed you, which is using using just one drive gauge to perfect parry. But you will lose to people. Like, they just need to see this once and people will know that, okay, they should stop jabbing and they should just not do anything and then walk up and throw you. And then if that happens, then you can go back to using your HP target combo, because they would just be blocking and not jabbing. Yeah, I also like to use scutum. Let's say they're at very low HP, I just like to use scutum to just kill them. You get them to use their own attack to kill themselves. Alright. Or just wake up. Just baiting. Nice, quick parry. But yeah, I've done it. Could you have killed with just 1 meter? I'm not sure. Sagat health. Yeah. The replay takeover is messing the timing. It doesn't allow the buffer to go in. What? Where's my heavy punch? Down, heavy punch. So hard to get that. Maybe yeah, shouldn't use that combo. I know what you're saying. That charge down heavy punch, right? Trying to get it. Yeah, I guess this works as well, but it's harder.
Victory!
Round 2. Fight!
I think what I also need to do more of this is perfect pairing Sagat at round start as well. Need to practice. This is reactable, I think. Oh yeah, so I guess side note, you get a charge back heavy punch. Can I get a charge heavy punch? No, charge back heavy punch. You thought what was panic counter? Yeah, it's just tough. Nice. I think just a micro adjustment here. You're staying a bit too far from Sagat, you need to move into his range where he can technically hit you, and then move out, right? So like that, and then move out. The reason you do that is to bait him to purposely whiff a button. And I guess work on perfect pairing that. It's reactable. Oh, this time I didn't get the charge back heavy punch, huh? I guess it depends on distance. I guess mental note, right? Can't always default to charge back heavy punch. Yeah, then maybe it's safer to just MK half the time if it's too far away. Yeah, but as I said, micro adjustment, instead of just standing so far away from him, try to bait him to press a button by purposely moving in here, right? And then immediately moving back out. And then most of the time you can get, that's how you bait a whiff and punish. Now you're too far, he's not going to press anything except Tiger Knee, which is also a form of bait. So maybe your strategy could have been, I'm going to just stand at this range until he Tiger Knees me, right? You put in your mind that's the strategy you're adopting. So then if that's your strategy, you should have been fully focused on just perfect parrying the Tiger Knee. Alright, so again, nothing you do is wrong as long as you have a strategy. So what was your strategy here, right? I think you were autopiloting. It's like, I'm gonna stand at this distance. I don't know why because I don't want to get hit by his buttons. True, you're outside his long range normals range, but what is your strategy for getting in? As I mentioned, there is two strategies. One is you're gonna just make him get impatient and use the Blanca strategy, which is let him Blanca ball at you. In this case, let him Tiger Knee at you and you perfect parry. That's strategy A. Or strategy B, I'm going to move in front of his face and make him panic press a button, and in that meantime, I've already moved out of range and I'm going to whiff punish it. That's strategy B. So what strategy are you employing? You need to always think about that. Actually, yeah, what I noticed is you have a good habit of blocking things out. Actually, you're better at me than that. For me, in the corner, I'm just mashing and then I'm getting killed by shimmies and jumps. So I think you got a good habit. Just picking the right spot on when to retaliate or jump out.
How long do you intend to lie there?
Final round. Fight.
Yeah, see, this Sagat has Tiger Knee every time since round start, so I also have to implement this. I'm not doing it. I'm not intentionally doing it enough. But that's why you watch replays, right? We figure out what we are not doing enough. And what I'm not doing enough is having a strategy of perfect parrying the Tiger Knee against players who just all they do is Tiger Knee. Yeah, that's tough, right? He's adopted a strategy of, I'm just gonna throw a few fireballs and make him jump at me, and then I'm gonna kill him that way. I always fall for that trick as well, but it's a common trick. At lethal range, they just start backing off. Characters with fireballs, they start backing off because they've got the health lead. They can technically wait the timer out, so you are anxious to jump at them over the fireball, and they know that, so they just throw one or two fireballs, wait for you to jump and then kill you that way. I guess the way around this is just being very patient.
Give me your best shot!
Round one. Fight.
Nice. Actually, how minus is the overhead? I don't know this, so that's why I'm gonna check. -5, right? Was that a misinput, or was that supposed to be Gladius?
Up you go!
Nice. Go for a shot.
How long do you intend to lie there?
Round 2. Fight.
Yeah, because of this heavy kick, I've always my opening move against Sagat, because they always spam this, is I always take a micro step back at round start. He also whiffs on crouching, but taking the micro step back at round start also allows me a bit more time to react to Tiger Knee. So there are two opening moves a lot of low rank Sagats like to do, is that high kick and Tiger Knee. So taking a micro step back at round start counters both very nicely. So I just do that every game, just take a micro step back. Even though a lot of good Sagat players don't do that anymore, but no reason not to take that micro step back. Okay. Okay. He's not fast, right? You can jab him. Yeah, he started his dash late, and even if his dash was on time, I think you can jump him out of it. Yeah, one. Yeah, he Sagat doesn't have a dash throw it. I don't know why he completed this, because a lot of players, this is a time that they would be buffering super. So I don't know why he bothered to complete that. I would be trying to bait the super out. But yeah, that's a situation you could have gotten out with your super. Yeah, that's a bad habit of mine as well. I find the meta is they always bait the last hit. Right? So they always try to they bait a super at the last bit of your lethal health. So I think a lot of times you can just wake up MP or wake up buttons against them instead of going for your super. Wake up buttons into DRC if you have it. I think I've found some success with that. But again, all these are based on reads, so there's no guarantee. You said you struggle against Bison, so and I've got no there's just some knowledge. There's just some matchup knowledge, but it won't help you win the matchup. It's just things to keep in mind. Is that every time you see Mai trying to throw a fan, and you have Super Art 3, yeah, she deserves a nerf. You can always your Super Art 3 is always guaranteed against a Mai who is in the process of throwing a fan. So you can always react to a fan throw with Super Art 3. That's one thing to note about Mai. Yeah, there's nothing else to note about Mai, right? Just try to play footsies with her. And guess when she's about to throw the fan. So I got no advice against Mai, because it's just too easy to abuse what she's doing. I can't watch this, right? I guess we can watch some Bison. What? Why is this Ken?
Got it. Round 1. Got it. Round.
Fight with all your heart!
Cry for mercy.
Round 1. Fight.
Jab. Direct.
Take
Prepare.
saw that! Up you go! Stand still! You here! I have you! There! Where are you going?
Not much to see here.
Sweet dream!
Somebody got the initiative, so yeah, I was trying to bait his the reason I did block string into jump is because for some weird reason the previous game he was doing after a block string he did a scissor kick, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing? So a lot of the matchup in Bison, the Bison matchup, is memorizing player habits. Yeah, so after a block string, he's +5 here, he did immediate scissor kick. But here he was patient. So but that's why I jumped. It's all about memorizing player habits. So this is annoying when a player does not flowchart all his offense. So he mixes up his options sometimes. Or he just plays by feeling and he just didn't feel like it. But he did immediate scissor kick on my landing. I think I've noticed this about Bison sometimes. They see that you've done a neutral jump and then you land, then they do the scissor kick. In which case you can just preemptively drive impact, but again it's reads, no guarantee, and that's what's so annoying about scissor kick. I guess also important of note is to memorize the range of when you should not punish the scissor kick. If not, you eat that, right? But also be aware that a lot of times after a scissor kick, it is trying to tease you out, right? With a spacing trap. And that's when you can, if you are looking for it, that's when you take damage. That's when you dish out damage. So look for bisons who are autopiloting a spacing trap right after their scissor kick.
Where are you going?
Yeah, so yeah, look for situations like that because it's an important part of their offense to set out a spacing trap right after scissor kick, which is what makes scissor kicks annoying in the first place. I wasn't ready, but I should have been. Actually,
Where are you going? Straight greens.
could I have killed here? Is it lethal? Forgive me. Just want to check if it's lethal. If I can just get the combo. No. Yeah, that's the most I can do, huh? Really, I can get a... Yeah, I can get that. Yeah, I went into the wrong combo. That was lethal.
Mouse is no match for a lion.
Round 2. Fight.
Yeah, anti-air. Yeah, see? So this is what we're talking about, right? But yeah, I just went for the lazy version. But this is bad habit I built, so I need to remove this bad habit and instead go for the perfect parry instead. I think it's better. Somehow I dropped the combo.
Up you go! Stand still! Here!
Marisa wins.
Fight with all your heart!
Cry for mercy.
Round 1. Fight.
Yeah, I don't know why is he neutral jumping so much. So I don't know if you do this, but I like using 2MK just to mess with them. It doesn't give me any combo or anything, and it doesn't give me great frame advantage, but it just messes with their flow. If we were any other character, that's a low forward drive rush right there, and he's dead, right? I mean, come on, give Marisa low forward drive rush. I also don't get why her 2MK is 9 frames, but it's so shit. At least make it better if it's 9 frames, or at least make it faster. Yeah, those old man reactions, as I did not react with a super.
Round 2. Fight! Round 1.
You wanna check? Let's check. Yeah, I think you can scoop them. Why is the light kick come out? The takeover is not allowing me to buffer properly, but I think you can. Yep. I think rule of thumb is if they do a medium into DI, actually technically you should be able to just throw them as well. Okay. So if they do a medium into DI, it's not a true block string into, it's not a true frame trap into DI. Generally they need to use a heavy move, like we have to use forward heavy kick into DI. The other characters also, rule of thumb, right? In general, there's specific cases where it's not, but most of the time if they use medium, you can throw them. So that's what I should have done as well. But throw wouldn't have killed. So what I should have done instead is level 1. I always have trouble buffering level 1. Like since day 1, I've always had trouble buffering supers. But yeah, you had a few options here. As soon as you notice, he used a medium punch to attack.
Where are you going?
Show me your worth. I will tame you in due time.
Round 2. Fight!
Where are you going?
This is a mental note as well. If you use the lazy version of into Scootum, where you bait them to hit your Scootum, you have to memorize what do they like to do after you do that. Do they like to DP reversal? Do they like to just walk back, or do they like to jump back? You have to remember and then punish accordingly. So I remember last round he just ended up blocking everything, so then that's why I went for the throw instead. Yeah, so that was his habit of Caesar kick after a block string. Do you remember? I mentioned that he did that.
Where are you going? Sweet dreams.
So it's about making small mental notes like this. This was the game where I remembered he made a scissor kick after a block string. But it ended up not being a key habit he had. It was just something he randomly did. So that's why I didn't manage to capitalize on it. Yeah, glad that helped. Yeah, I mean, just work on one thing at a time. Like if you try to work on everything at once, you just get overwhelmed. Just work on one or two things which are, you know, you think you can work on immediately, and leave the rest for later. Yeah, free damage every time someone drive rushes at you.
Now you know history.
I don't know why he did that. Because like, why would you wake up DI against Marisa? Because a lot of times Marisa is not even doing anything. Yeah, and I don't think it's a reaction. But it's not a wake up DI, so it's a... He just saw me pressing something and then he DI. So I don't know why he did that. But that's what he did. Yeah, I'm going off too. So glad I could help. Let me know. Yeah, check back in next time and let me know your progress. I'm mostly on during weekend, so see you around, mate. Thanks for watching. I'm also going off now. Yeah. Take care.
Loss became part of the routine, same passion, different mistakes. I learned to carry the weight, show up early and work till late. Teeth clenched, head down, repeat. No applause when I bleed. I didn't bend, I didn't break, I just stayed for grits on safe.